How's everyone doing? I'm in my little tool room and it's not very well lighted, so I hope you can see this good. But I don't know. I was thinking tonight, my daughter was saying something, and obviously our kids think things that we think, they say things that we say, good and bad. So keep that in mind, because the times we do fall short, which all of our parents have, if we're being honest and if we're being thankful and grateful, we realize the good that they taught us too. Because no parent is completely bad. Even though there are a lot of bad parents, they do teach you something or try at some point. And if they didn't, if they are just this despicable person, at least they brought you into the world. And now you get a chance to be different and show them what they should have been for other kids and for other people. So I'll end these a lot of times. Love God, love people, love you all. And I'm going to start with that first. Love God. First and foremost is God. We are to love God. God gave us 2 commands. Love God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. The second is love your neighbor as yourself. Like I tell my children all the time, who is our neighbor? Everyone. Doesn't matter if they're American. Doesn't matter if they're Afghan. Doesn't matter if they're black, white, brown, pink, purple, binary, non-binary, all the things that we've made up. It doesn't matter who they are. Your neighbor is your neighbor. It doesn't mean the person living right next door to you, but it does at the same time. It doesn't mean just your family, just your blood. A lot of people use the blood thing, like, that's blood. That's all my blood, my bloodline. Well, there's a lot of mixed families now. So a lot of people raising kids are doing better raising kids than the people that are their blood. And good for you, and thank God. I think some of my problems across the board are coming from a lot of people want us to tolerate and accept what they think and feel. But then if you turn that around, like I've told my kids, like, they don't accept what you think and feel. So is thinking and feeling just off of who does it first? Is it off of what I'm feeling and thinking? And if everybody doesn't accept it, then they're wrong or homophobic or racist or terrorist or all these different things and ideas that we've made up? Or if you're so tolerant, if you're so loving and kind and you love God and you love your neighbor, can we not accept both of our views and then see how they correlate or respond with what God has said and done? Because I know we think and feel a lot. We do. We're human. Kids think and feel a lot. I want this, I want that. Adults, we grow up sometimes and we want this and we want that, and I get it. I understand it. But just like I was talking to a friend the other day that called me and was like, my daughter was praying and was like, why are we praying when God doesn't always answer our prayers? I don't know. That in all honesty, I don't have a lot of stuff that I can't tell everybody, but here's this. Garth Brooks made a song called Unanswered Prayers. Some of God's greatest gifts are all too often unanswered prayers. Sometimes God, I know we don't think he's in control and we don't think he's there, and we don't want to be judged and we don't want to be this or that from him. But maybe that's our perspective. Maybe that's how we're looking at him, and in the wrong way. Because God knows everything that's about to happen. And if we got everything we wanted as a kid or an adult all the time, oh boy, the world would be in a huge different place. If you could think about all the people that think certain things and want certain things, and if we were being honest and accountable, like we all should be, me and myself first, it'd be horrible. If I got everything I wanted, you got everything you wanted. Like, just think about that for a little bit. If I got every single thing I wanted or asked for, then what happens? Bad news bears. So, I will say this. It is good that sometimes God doesn't answer the prayers the way we want, yet we're supposed to pray that God's will be done, that he give us what we need, that we be accountable for the things that we have. And I've never judged any person across the board. I'm saying that wrong. I've never judged any group of people or person directly from what they feel or think. All of us have judged people. We've judged people off of how they talk, how they speak, how they dress. And slowly you grow into, like, that doesn't make them, what makes them, and how they act and how they treat people. And if we're not all doing that, but if I'm supposed to accept and tolerate and think whatever you think and feel, or I'm this, and this, if I did that first, does that make me more right than you? If I come up and say, if you don't accept everything I think and feel, and everything I'm telling you right now, then you're this, and this. Again, that's division. And there's only one person that's the author of division. There's only one person that wants us all divided. There's only one person that's been trying to stir up crap since time began in the Garden of Eden, and it's Satan. And if we want to keep being divided, if you want to fight over masks, vaccinations, gay or not gay, binary or non-binary, 7,000 pronouns, Adidas versus Nike, Republican versus Democrat, independent versus who knows? Like there's so many sides to everything, two sides to every coin, two sexes, So check this out. The more we divide, and it's not about what we think and feel, it's not about what I think and feel, it's not about what you think and feel, it's not about what anybody thinks and feels. It's about what God has said and done. If we don't come back to the Creator, we're going to keep having all these problems. We don't have these problems of fear from a variant of COVID. We don't have these problems of fear because of COVID. We don't have these problems of fear because of the government. We don't have these problems of fear because of the news. Not that all of them don't play a part, and they do strongly. But all these things come from we're choosing to focus on the fear and the people that are selling it, and the people that are pushing it, and the people that are peddling it, instead of the author of our faith, who came and died and said, you can be set free. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. And Jesus, how much do you love us? And he spread his arms out and died on that cross. For my sins, for your sins, for everyone's sins. Whether you believe in him or not. Everybody's. He took it all upon him. And now it's our choice. Beyond what we think and feel daily, or what God has said and done. Beyond fear or faith. Beyond love or hate. It's not really hard to figure out. Like, there's one author of division, Satan. There's one author of love and bring everybody together in unity, and it's God. And it's not about what we think and feel. It's about getting with what he has said and done. And we find that in his word. And it can either cut to your heart and mind and change your life like it did me many years ago with all the things I thought and felt. And I'm still working on today. I'm not a perfect person. No one is. Or we can go the other way. And we've seen all through human history what the other way does. It's just problem after problem after problem after problem. Get back to what he has said and done, not what we think and feel. Love God, love people, love you all.